welcome back to Sticks and Strings. I'm Naomi.
And Beth.
I'm Eve.
And as far as anybody knows, what does that say?
We're a nice, normal family.
We're a nice, normal family. Welcome back to Sticks and Strings. You know us. We like to sit around, get our drink of choice. Mine's over here off camera. And get our crafts out and sit and chat for a while. Yeah, last week I was so confused about what day it was. Now I know exactly what day it is.
It's still not the 4th of July.
No, it's still not the 4th of July, but it's almost the end of June.
I'm never going to let her live that down.
No, I know. She keeps reminding me. But we're so glad you're back with us. I am going first. So as you may remember, I am working on Hannah's top. This is the Horizon top by Kumiko Alexander. And this is the back, as you may remember. And it's unblocked. And this is the, let's see, this is the front. This is the front of the front. So I am basically, let's see, 6 rows, 7, 8 rows in a bind off away from finishing. So this is exciting. What I will do is then I will sew it at the top with the back and the front just at the shoulders and leave like a kind of like a boat neck opening like that. And then the sleeves, it just becomes a cap sleeve situation. And then I will block it together to the right length. The back is like 2 repeats longer. I think it's 2 repeats longer than the front. To give like and it's, you leave it open on the side a little bit. And then after it's blocked and dried, I will sew it up the sides. And I thought they were the same color, but they're not. I thought they were both yellow at the top and orange at the bottom, but this one is lime green. But anyway, I have stitch markers here to mark the side seams. So, and I thought I had so cleverly done yellow and yellow, but on that side it's lime green and yellow. On this side it's yellow. Dogs are fighting. If you
No, that was just Hank.
Anyway, so I'll do the 2 sides and it will be good to go. She is due to leave Boston like on the 26th. So probably I will be mailing this to Lenox, Massachusetts, where she'll be.
But she should get it at the beginning of her stay.
Yeah. And I told her I was sending it, and I told her be sure to take a tank top to wear under it, to plan for it. So
this one already has the tank top in it.
Right. So anyway, this is literally all I've done since you saw me last. I don't remember how far I was back then, but now I would have been done last night, but I fell asleep in my chair. So
that's the moral of my stories.
Yeah. So I have, like I said, I have what did I say? 8 more rows basically, and I'm done. I'm hoping to finish on camera. So
Yay.
That is me, and I think Beth, you're going next.
Yeah.
She's got to put a thread, of course.
No, I'm not gonna. I'd have to concentrate too hard to see that. Let me go.
Just start with what you're working on.
No, okay. I'm doing this in order, so because this is done basically. So my second WIP in WIP-GO is Festive Forest, and I have when I started on this a few days ago, a week ago or so, I had finished these 2 at the beginning, before I started the June WIP-GO. I finished these 2 little sections. So with this, I did basically this section and the beginning of this one. But the one thing, I did everything except this big elk that's here. he starts.
Hold it up higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It starts. I did the antlers and the feet and everything. I did all the little flowers that go underneath it and everything. So hopefully it's all in the right place, because I had to take 3-4 sections out, but and redo them, because I had done all these tree parts. When when you put the thing together, the little points come together, and they the tree sections match up.
You hope.
Yeah. And so, well, yeah, and that was the problem, because when I was stitching other stuff, I realized that that this bottom tree here was in the wrong place. This section of tree here, the whole thing was like one line too low, so I had to take it all out, because it had to match up with what I was going to put on this side. And I was putting the other side in, and I thought, oh, they don't, they're not, it's not right. And it has to do with, counting down the little diagonal thing and figuring out where it's supposed to be and all that. And I, missed it by one section or whatever. So that was wrong. And then missed it by that much. For those of you who used to watch Get Smart. And then there was another section. Oh, these little flower things. There's one that's the darker diagonal thing, and they're supposed to be like, there's this section and this section, and there's one little square in between, so they're diagonal. The little, butts are diagonal, and that's always hard for me to sort of put them in the right place, because I'm like, okay, this is the bottom corner, and this is the bottom, and I just messed it up. It was like off one or something like that. So when I came to that, I was like, oh, it's wrong. I had to take it all out. And then, and I had put the elk's, I put his nose in, because it's nestled in this little tree branch thing. And so I thought I counted right to put in his eye and ear. And when I was doing the antlers, I realized they're in the wrong place. So I had to take them all out. So now, hopefully, so I'm like, did I put this in the right place? Did I put that in the right place? So, but hopefully it's all correct now. So I did a little bit of the elk's face here, the white grits, but I have probably enough to do maybe one of them. Grits is used a lot in this design, because they're all like wintry, winter animals, whatever. So there's a lot of that off-white in them. And then it's pretty commonly used in a lot of the things I'm doing right now. So I'm going to have to order at least one more skein. Maybe I should order 2 just to be safe. But anyway, so I did 7 days finally on this. Yesterday, today's Friday, Thursday. Yeah, Thursday was officially 7 days on it, because I did interrupt myself a couple of days.
Weren't you working on it this morning?
Yeah, I was working on it today, just, because I was in the middle of stuff, so I did it. And yeah, I had not done this middle divider thing, because its position depends on all this other stuff, and I didn't want to count across the bottom to put it in the right place, because I was afraid I would miscount. So I put all the flowers and things like that in, and that helped me locate where that vertical line was supposed to be, and that's like separates the 2 sections that I was working on. So anyway, that's Festive Forest by Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower. I've only been working on it for like 2 years or whatever, so yeah, but it's not that big necessarily, but it's just a lot of stitching. It's very detailed, but so I interrupted myself briefly. on the 31st, which, I mean, no, last weekend, with the 14th, which was,
Not the 4th of July.
yeah, Flag Day. And so I started on Along May She Wave by Barbara Anna. Yeah, what got the, yeah. I got this at the attic. But, you know, like I said, I don't have, I said before, I don't have a lot of patriotic, but since this is the 250th anniversary, I've picked up a lot of patriotic designs. So, this Barbara Anna, I didn't know when I was going to start it, and I thought, Flag Day, I'll start it on Flag Day, Long May She Wave. So I did do part of the upper section of it. On this design, there's a big blue section on the top, and it says 1776, and then there's an eagle underneath there, in the middle of it, I mean. And so I did the 17. Let me put this back. I did the 17, and I did part of the blue section. I started on the blue section, but I did the 17 was this dark brown color. So I did along this, you know, along the edge of this little banner that goes across the top, and I did the outline of the eagle's body that's in brown. You know, it's filled in with other colors. It has a red, white, and blue like shield on the chest of the eagle. So that's what goes in the middle there, and then his head is white and all that. But and then of course this little brown swirly thing is repeated on this side, and it says 76 on this side. But I just did like a day and a half of working on this. So I worked on it on Sunday, which was Flag Day, and on Monday. And then I got back to Festive Forest. And then just today for a little while, I worked on a little bit more on Worthy Patriot. This is by Plum Street, and I just put like one more leaf in here. And I was going to work on it now, but I don't know that I can because it's so dark. It's kind of dark in here, and this is very tiny, 36 count. This one is 32 count Belfast linen that I got at Hobby Lobby, which is a nice. I kind of, you know, was thinking about a different color, but I like this. It's a kind of neutral, and all the colors will pop on it, I think so. But yeah, so.
Is that you?
That's me. I'm done.
Okay. I'm growling because I thought I was done with the green and I'm not. I again am working on Murder in the Garden by Hands On Design. And I thought I had finished all the green today. I'm gonna have to go get it again.
Your soda's in it. Yeah, there it is.
Because I just now looked at it and there's a whole leaf missing. Right,
Darn it.
right here.
Oh.
But
It looks great though. You're
this
going
bird is-
gangbusters on it.
well, I'm working on it more often, so that helps.
You're messing up the tablecloth. It's all messed up.
I'm messing it up.
No, I don't know. It's getting messed up.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, it slides around. So I have 2 birds done. And I was working on flowers just now, but I realized I can't work on any more flowers until I get the light green put in, so I could up here, I suppose. Anyway, that's neither here nor there to you. So I have FFO'd my berry,
Nice. Let me see.
and I made some pins.
Oh, cool.
My hand stitching is not that good, but
Hey, finished is better than perfect. Oh, cute. This is very cute.
I had it on that tier tray. I had it over there here on this all since I finished it.
That looks like a good chew toy for the dogs.
No. And then
Hobbs would like it. He would throw it around the house. Play soccer with it, my little cat.
no. I finished and I put together and blocked my tank. And
Can I see it?
yeah, I have So I was working on the back,
This is neat.
on the pattern, and I come to the second half of the back shoulder area, and there are no instructions for that. So I contacted the seller, and she says, well, I took down that pattern and I don't have it anymore, so if you send me the pattern,
What?
I can try to figure it out. And
What?
I ignored her after. I
What?
just ignored it after that.
Did you say, can I have my money back?
I just, well, I only paid like $1.25 or something like that. But what I think, and I cannot prove, I think that she copied and pasted it from
I
a
think
website
maybe
or
she
something.
Stole it.
I think she stole the pattern.
No.
And whose ever pattern it was found it and said, you better take that down or I'll sue you. But I don't know. But I'm not touting her, the name of the pattern or her name of her shop. I was disgusted.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, and
It's cute as heck.
it is cute. And it came out okay. I figured out the back okay, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully Hannah likes it and hopefully it fits.
Yeah. That's cool. It is heavy.
Hmm. Hopefully it's not too hot. It's a tank top. And then since I finished that project, I finished it 2 days ago. I didn't feel like doing any more crochet that. Oh, when I blocked that, I blocked
But your flowers?
8 more of these.
Your flowers?
Yeah, so that I can put black on them. And then I'm gonna have to decide if I want to reblock it with the black on it, because the solid black ones that I'm making, they're like too big or something. I don't know. And I think I'm gonna have to take this apart and stitch it tighter. But I was sick of crocheting, so I took a day off of crocheting when I finished that. Because it was kind of intensive putting it together and all that other stuff. But I made more of these little leaves for my potted plant.
That's cute.
So I have 4 leaves of this second size. I have to have 6, and then I make 3 of another size, and then I make 3 of another size, so that it just goes like this. Then I work on the plant. It's the pot.
The pot, yeah.
The pot that the plant is in. I'll put those in there. And then I designed this about a year ago. This is a pattern of my design called Father's Love. And it's, you know how the adult male penguins take care of their babies? And it says, a father's love protects from life's storms.
Let me see. Oh, that's cute.
And,
done?
About that.
yeah, well, I just got it at FFO it, but,
Yeah.
so the pattern is on the web, on our Etsy shop, Three Sister Creative Etsy shop.
The link is in the description
Yeah.
below.
The pattern is there, but
I see.
since Father's Day is this Sunday, I thought perfect time to show you guys, even though it's not FFO'd.
That's pretty.
I saw a picture, not that picture. I saw a picture of the emperor penguin, which, by the way, they're becoming endangered. How they protect their young. They protect them fiercely, almost to their own death. And I also put in the pattern where you can put the father's love instead of a father's love on the words. But I think that's the way a good father is.
Yeah.
That's how our father was, you know, protecting you as much as possible. And then my WIP-GO, second WIP-GO new start for June. It comes out of the same magazine that my cross-stitch camp piece came out of. Sparkling Trio. And there's a picture somewhere. Oops, passed it. This is done all in a toile and and beads, and I just started on it. I didn't work on it more than one day, and I didn't even work on it all of that day because it has been a busy month. I've had stacks this big every week. I'm very busy. It's just been a busy month. So here's my new start on this, and it goes this way. Yes, this is how small the little one is. And the little one,
Are they biscornues?
it's a biscornu, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The, somewhere here I have a stitch right here. That's as big as it is. It just goes like,
Oh,
From
wow.
here to here.
It's tiny.
yeah, it's tiny. So this one is tiny. These are cut for the small one. These are cut for the mid one. And these are cut for the normal size one.
Oh, wow.
And I put a lot of margin just to make sure I had enough to stitch it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of excited. And yeah, my fabric isn't as dark as this, but I think it'll still show up.
It'll be
well.
pretty.
Who is that by?
You ask difficult questions. I put my glasses somewhere. I'm throwing everything in that little bin and I can't find anything now.
Sorry.
The designs were by Arlene Cohen of Works by ABC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the tiny one is tiny. The small one is very small. And I think the large one is more of a normal size biscornu, rather than a gigantic one like the one Beth did. Did you ever put that together?
No, I have a whole bunch of, I have not FFO'd anything, I think, since we moved.
And then I signed up for Midsummer Stitch. And
When is that?
it's July,
18th.
middle of July.
Yeah, like 18th and 19th or something.
Not the 4th.
Not the 4th.
And I briefly thought, well, I signed up for a class. It's just $10 on making a stitch cover for a journal.
Mm.
And the class is only $10, and I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. I'd like to do that. Yeah, but the supplies would cost me close to $100. And I'm like, I can't do that.
Oh, wow.
The journal cover they want you to buy is a plastic thing that you put your stitching over, and then it goes around your journal. And I'm like, that's $30.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know. And I briefly thought, well, maybe I can use this stitch piece, except the extra is not behind, it's in front.
Mm.
So I'm going to have to decide what stitch piece I want to use to cover, and I'll take the class, I'll go to the class and see what she's doing and see,
And then you'll do it the way you want to do it.
And then I'll
'Cause
do
you're
it how-
creative.
Yeah,
I'll do
you
it
can
how I
adapt
want.
it.
You're very creative that way. You can
Oh.
just be like, I can do it this way.
But by the
instead.
way, I worked on this. This is Anchored Tales by Stitchy Pros. And I just put in more seaweed. I had to frog all the seaweed I had in last time because it wasn't in the right spot. So now it is. And now I put in more. And I think I'm going to make this my Fridays with Frank.
Mm.
So once I figured out, once I'm done with cross stitch camp, I have time to work on it. Okay, I have a big stack of stuff I've been working on, I know, but I see Fridays with Frank, I'm watching it anyway, I might as well pick up the same piece every time. Speaking of pieces that I just work on in drips and drabs, Crazy Stitch, We Do Geek. I just work on this for 10 to 15 minutes a day, every other day. So it's getting done. So you don't have to spend a lot of time. Ow!
Oh, you put yourself on.
I put myself on the back of the needle, thank God. Otherwise, it would have gone through my arm. But I still think I want to put on the side here, keep it secret, keep it secret.
Yeah, you should, 100%.
It'd be going the wrong way, though.
That's all right.
But I'd have to look at the way the letters are and see how I could do
the
that.
math.
Mm-hmm. And then my WIP-GO, my first WIP-GO piece for this month was 5 days on When Witches Go Riding. That hurt. When Witches Go Riding by Tiny Modernist. I didn't get as far as I would have liked because I found it very difficult to work on. The white was difficult, but I went ahead and put the face on the skeleton so they wouldn't creep me out. Now they're creepier. This I did quite a bit of this gray thing on this side, and I stitched all of this skeleton and about half of the other skeleton, and I think I put in one hat. I finished this big hat.
I can't see it when you're.
Sorry.
Your
I
coat is
finished
in the
this
way.
big
Move
hat.
your coat.
I can't, that stuff is in the way. Anyway, so I did a lot of work on it. It just feels like I didn't because I didn't finish and I wanted to finish. But as I was just saying, every time you work on it is a few stitches closer to being done, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my second WIP-GO call for June is Silver Creek Samplers, A Sweet Memory. And this says, it seems like only yesterday that you were very small and left for me a memory of handprints on the wall. And I love the sentiment of that. Now, I didn't save any handprints. I'm sure there were many, but I didn't save any of those. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to do these blocks at the bottom because I got Robert when he was 2, and so I didn't have him when he was playing with pulling ducks and ABC blocks. What he was doing was, from the time he was 2 years old, he wanted to be in the water all the time. And he could swim circles around me by the time he was 6 years old. And he used to drag me out into the deep water and play a game that he called from Sky High, Save the Citizen. Only he was drowning me instead. So I designed the bottom with some goggles, a towel, and the word Save the Citizen, because that is one of my favorite memories of him. And
Oh, see, that's the goggles part.
huh?
You started with the goggles.
Yeah, I'm going up.
Uh-huh.
So I got the goggles, and this time I just worked on it today, and I got in most of what you see here in the towel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once I get started on the letters, I think it'll go
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to be done with the red on my flag.
Almost.
I'm close to being done, but I realized something. I have twice as much bright red as I do dark red.
Mm.
So what I'm going to start doing is interspersing more bright red flowers than dark red flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And the same is true of the white. I have 2 hanks of the off-white and like 4 of the bright white. So I'm going to intersperse it more with more. And then I thought, was I supposed to use the off-white in the blue flowers? Doesn't matter. It's mine. I can make it however I want.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the pattern looking at the picture going, those flowers have white in them. But the light blue could also look like white, so yeah. So it's
You're
mine.
fine.
It's
Do what you
mine.
want.
I do it the way I want to. And then we're going to have an entirely red cat in Temperature Pets. And again, I am hating working on this pattern.
No.
Just because this cat is so big. Each day, I'm like, so I didn't finish yesterday's and I didn't do today's.
Oh, yeah, big cat.
That's a big cat. Look at it. He's huge.
And that's the one that's going to be all red.
Yeah, he's going to be a solid red cat because we've already had a day that's 113. So, and it's only June. So I think I'm going to start hunting around for a color I can put over 115. You know,
The other day,
maybe
I
I'll
had
use black.
my phone on like, I don't know, like 6 in the morning or something like that, and it was only 75 degrees. I thought, ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, that's me.
That's you. All right. That brings us to our question of the week. Last week we asked how many of you sew. We got about, I think, 3 comments that we do have some sewists out there who, between clothes and quilting, like to take out the sewing machines. So that's good to know. Thanks for commenting and letting us know that. This week, we want to open it up for any questions you have of us. So if you've ever been wondering something about us, or about our crafts, or anything like that, please put it in the comments below, and we will answer next week.
Yeah, because we have occasional questions,
Yeah.
and then we may answer in the comments, and we may answer here, but, you know,
And I know that we do have some new subscribers.
Right.
So welcome, and you might be wanting to get to know us a little bit better, and we're happy to answer questions next week. I was going to say really quick about my journey with, so I have this pattern on my iPad in Knit Companion, and it's got counters along the edge. And my cat, if you've known me for a little while, you know I have this weird baby cat who can't live without me. He has to be on me all the time, which I love and I will never trade for anything in the world. His brother is that way with Mark, so it's funny, we each have a cat. But, so when I'm sitting in my chair knitting, I usually have my feet up in my recliner, and Hobbs likes to sit on my legs, and sometimes he has to get up and sit on me. But for some reason, very bizarre, he'll jump down for whatever reason. Maybe I moved my legs and he jumps down. And then he walks around I have a little table, a lamp table on beside my chair. Stop it, guys. He walks around here. He jumps up onto the arm, right here behind my arm. Stop. Sorry, dogs are growling. He jumps up right here by my arm and walks across the armrest and gets back in my lap. Like, you were just here. Why did you get down? So when I'm knitting, I have my iPad on the, like, kind of on the armrest or between the armrest and the lamp table, like this, and that child steps on the iPad, and I go to look at my counters, and I'm like, wait, what? This isn't right. What happened? Because his little patty paws move my counters for me on my iPad, and I'm like, stop it! It's so naughty. And he'll sit like in my lap, and he goes like this, trying to grab it. It's not wool, and so he's not super interested in like eating it. Like, if it was wool, he sticks his face in it, but But he'll like be sleeping on me and stretch his hand like this, try to grab it. I'm like, stop it.
Well, I have this beside me on the bed where I'm stitching, and Puck comes and rubs his face on the zipper.
You found
So
something
funny.
good to rub his face on.
He rubs his lip. Oh, stop that! I don't want your lips there.
I want your slobber. So I could have been done with this a lot sooner if I hadn't had to count back and figure out how many repeats I'd done, because Hobbs messed it all up.
I was gonna say, you know, even I've been going to a couple of stitching groups. One that meets at the library, and we went just yesterday for the first time to an additional group with this, you know, some overlap, but one that meets at a
Community center.
community center here.
It's an HOA community
yeah.
center.
And anyway, the one today, I guess it was, this lady was, she was sitting beside me, and she just finished knitting a little dress for her great grandchild.
Oh, nice.
And it's really
So
pretty.
cute.
It's it's like a variegated yarn. So it's very fall colors. The baby's due in September.
Aw.
It's very fall colors, and it has a little like a tight little yoke here, and then the body of the thing is just, you know, big and loose, so she can wear it, you know, for a
Forever,
while. You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And it's
neat.
just so, it was so pretty. You know, I'm not a knit crochet person, whatever. It was knit, I guess. But it was absolutely gorgeous. You should have seen it. It was
Oh,
so
man.
gorgeous.
Oh, I think isn't this Saturday Knit in Public Day? International Knit in Public
That
Day.
was
Last
that was
week
the
then?
day you sent us the thing about it. Yeah.
I thought it was.
It was-
I thought
No,
it's,
I think
Oh.
it's.
I think it's this Saturday.
Oh, it
Saturday.
could be. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I ain't
We're
doing
all
it.
got our dates mixed.
We
I
are.
ain't doing it because
We already knit in public.
I already knit in public online every day. But also, like, so it's Friday night right now. We usually record on Saturdays, and this comes out on Sundays. But it's Friday night right now because I don't have to come. I also on Saturdays come about 10 minutes away from their house to get farm fresh eggs, and I'm the egg mule to people at work and everything. So
She puts them inside her body.
I killed two birds with one stone, and I come out and I get eggs, and I come
She
here and
swallows
record.
the eggs.
And then no, stop it. And then so I this week it's too hot. The chickens are protesting, and it's too hot and humid, and they're barely laying. So she's like, no eggs this week.
I was wondering
And
why.
I was kind of like, that means I have a whole if I do it right, I could have a whole Saturday with nothing to do, which sounds really nice. So I'm like, can we record on Friday night? So
You're not going to be going
so
anywhere.
I'm not going to the mall to do
Plus,
in-person knitting.
it's
and-
just too hot.
yeah. So I mean, it'd be fun, and yeah, but I'm like, no. Everybody knows I knit. I don't have to broadcast it to the world. No, but if you're participating, I hope you have fun.
So-
it does sound like fun.
Speaking of chickens,
Speaking of chickens,
so when we were at the group on yesterday, when we were there, one of the ladies brought a whole bunch of yarn from her yarn stash of yarn that was a skein or had been caked, not like scraps. And you see those 3 skeins over there?
I was wondering what those were.
Yeah,
Are they acrylic?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I spent quite a bit of time yesterday afternoon scrolling through patterns. Let's see. What can I make with 3 skeins of acrylic yarn? The
Is
ones
it
I really liked, I
Is
had
it
me
like
to
bluish gray or gray? Or what is it?
It's like a silvery gray.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the patterns I found, and it didn't say what kind of yarn you need for it, but it said it's an amigurumi purse. So amigurumi can be done with acrylic. So, but the purse is like this big.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and I'm very tempted to buy that pattern and then find out that I, don't have what I need. But the only thing I would need besides one color of yarn is color for the comb, and I think for an eye.
Mm.
You know, and
Oh, it's a chicken.
it's a
yeah.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what.
Didn't I say it was a?
No.
I
You
didn't
said
say it was a-
speaking of chickens, and then you launched into this story and never connected it back to the chicken.
Yeah. So
You could knit yourself an emotional support chicken.
I could knit myself a chicken purse and then do nothing with it. Yeah, like I did that big granny square bag.
Yeah.
I wanted to line it, and I was like, that's too hard, so I didn't do
You
it.
lost your mojo.
What was I gonna say? Do you ever go on Ravelry?
I went on Ravelry. I signed up on Ravelry to look for that pattern,
Uh huh.
and I didn't look there for an emotional support chicken, but I didn't. It's not enough yarn to do like a garment, you know.
Well, like a
It
tank.
could do a.
But they have all kinds of
scarf.
stuff. You can look for crochet and then worsted weight yarn, 600 yards or whatever yards you have, and you could say decor or something like that. You could the filters are really great that way. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Ravelry. And I'm on it sort of in protest, but I'm still on it. But anyway, but the searches are really good. You can say, I have this much acrylic yarn and I want to make an accessory. And it's worsted weight and I want to crochet it. And you put in all the filters and then it'll pop up patterns. It's so nice. That's how when I bought that sweater that Hannah ruined.
Yeah.
When I found that ball of yarn, there was a single ball. And so I took it, I entered the information in the filter, and that's how I found the top. So, and I wound up having to buy a second ball, but only because it was a gradient yarn and I needed to put a cuff on this.
I've crocheted
But
most of my life,
yeah,
but I think that's the first garment I've crocheted, and
there's another.
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. There's another YouTube channel called Jada in Stitches, Jayda in Stitches.
Yeah, I think you've told me about her.
She does all kinds of patterns, and they're free. You can just follow along with her and do them on her YouTube channel. And I don't know if she might have some paid, but she's really great. She has all kinds of accessories and toys and all kinds of stuff. She's good. I like her a lot.
Did you decide? Did you ever decide to buy that fish scarf?
Oh, yeah. Here's an image. I have not bought it yet, but I'm going to. It's called. What's it called? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I'll put it up here. It's a pattern that somebody made. I believe it's double knitting, which I've always wanted to do. And it's a scarf, and it has a fly fishing pole on one side. And then the line, and then a fish or two on the other. And she said you can choose which kind of fish
Yeah.
you can put on it. You can choose like a trout, which is what I would do. And
They have largemouth bass and
yeah,
a couple of other
it's
things. Yeah.
so cute. I saw it in a video on Instagram, and I sent it to them, and I was like, okay, please take my money. Like, I want that pattern so badly. But yeah, it's so cute. I haven't bought it yet, but I did think about it the other night. I'm trying to stay in my lane and finish this stupid sweater. This is the longest I've been monogamous in a long time.
When I was looking for a pattern to use of that thing, I saw a scarf pattern that I swear it looked exactly like that, but it was for crochet, and it was supposed to be leaves, so it went the other way, not side to side, but up and down. And it looked very much like that, and I was like,
Like what? Like this?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't believe in monogamy anymore.
Me
Me either, but I'm just like, I gotta get this done.
I figured out what that popping sound is.
What is it?
It's
the
this table. It's a table. I told you.
This?
It's yeah.
Yeah, sorry about all that noise last week. We didn't realize what it was.
Yeah, because the mic is where it is. If Beth or I lean on the table,
On the leaves.
Yeah,
The
the leaves.
table.
Yeah, make a little noise. They shift around.
Shall we?
yeah, I'm sorry about that noise.
Well, the table is like a bazillion. It's almost as I think it's as old as you, I think. We got it a long time ago.
I never remember a day without this table.
Yeah.
I barely do.
Yeah, this came from Mom's house. Yeah, it's old, and do you have all the leaves in it?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
don't you could shrink it
Yeah,
down.
both leaves are in it. Yeah.
I really like our dining table. It's from IKEA, and they don't make it anymore, and I don't know what I'm going to do if it ever dies. And my husband is dead set on ruining the finish of it. It's his one goal in life, him and his oboe reeds. But it's so cool. When it's condensed, it's round, and then you pull the sides apart, and the center leaf unfolds from inside, and then you shove it back together and lock it. So it's then it seats like 6. So it's really nice. It's perfect for us. And every once in a while I look there and they don't have that anymore. So it's quite sad.
Naomi.
What? Oh. I will put this up on the screen. Lacy leaves. Oh, that's pretty. That's neat.
She's the one that designed those socks
Oh, okay.
that I only have one of.
Yeah, she just remembers she only has one sock. 4 rows
Ah.
left.
So I have to somehow get this image out of here.
Oh, other news. As you know, you may not know, but my daughter, is basically moved to Boston, so I use her room as my craft room, and sometimes it gets really messy. And for a long time, I've wanted to arrange it so that I could have like stations. So I have a big dream box, which is like this giant cabinet that folds up on itself, and you can open it up, and there's a table, like a sewing table.
The cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
And yeah, and I keep everything in it. It's so nice. But of course, I can't. That's not all my stuff. And then I also have my mom's. So I have that on one wall, and then over by the window, I have my mom's sewing table that once housed her Husqvarna
Machine.
sewing machine. I took the sewing machine out to transport the table over because it's so heavy, and I haven't put it back in there. But the sewing table, the leaf comes out like that.
I
And
have a
it's
picture of
long-
that with a popcorn bowl on it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a nice sewing table, but I use it more like a desk. And then I've got her sewing machine in a case at the foot of it. So I have that. It's just kind of like a desk. It's got drawers and stuff. So I don't use it as a sewing table because I have my box. But then I have 2 spinning wheels. I have my sock machine, and I have a hammer dulcimer. Don't ask. And I wanted to like set up the room so that I can just kind of rotate around and do whatever I feel like, you know. And the other day, he's gonna kill me if he ever sees this. The other day, he's like, Mark.
Oh.
He goes, I don't mind. It's fine, but I'm just wondering why you never like do your crafts in your craft room anymore. Because I sit in my chair and knit a lot. And I said, well, number one, when I'm in there, you're always saying, where are you? Are you going to come out and sit with us? I said, and number 2 is a big mess. So the other day, he helped me basically completely gut it. One of the reasons I couldn't set it up that way was that there were still some crates of Hannah's stuff, like her books and a bunch of CDs and things that are hers. We don't want to get rid of, and we can't put them in the garage. So we tore the closet apart, put those crates in there. We store our big suitcases in there also, because we don't want those in the garage. And then they don't fit in my room. So we reorganized all of that, reorganized her, because she's also got like a whole bin of music that, was very important to keep. But we reorganized it all, and we were able to clear space. So now I have, we've taken off the closet doors, so in the closet is her dresser and TV. And of course I'm using her dresser for storage. And then a bookshelf, and of course I'm using her bookshelf for storage. And so I have my sock machine there, close to the TV, and then both of my spinning wheels, which I obviously don't use them both at the same time, but they're both there. And so over on that side by the bed, and then over by the box, I have, there's the sewing table, and I have the hammer dulcimer set up, because I started to learn it in 2020, and I was learning a Christmas tune. I was going to play Christmas, and then my mom died, and I didn't touch it for because every time I touched it, I felt sad. So, but I want to learn. I want to relearn it and learn how. I had done a lot of online lessons with it, and have some basic rudimentary understanding of it, and I love the way it sounds. So I'm like, so I have it set up now. So, and it's not, in the public thoroughfare out in the house. So it can be set up there and not hurt anybody. So my craft room is now like a playground again. And I did go through a lot of my WIPs and a lot of my extra yarn. I kind of have tucked it up and put it up. I went through my bag of bags and purged many bags of bags. Like I had a ton of those floppy tote bags that don't stand up. They're, thin. They're just like two pieces of fabric sewn together with a handle, and they have, some logo. Maybe it was sentimental to me at some point, but I'm like, I am never going to use this. I can't use a knitting bag that's open. Because of a certain cat we know. So I have to be able to close it, or, now I do have some that are like that, and I keep them up, but if it doesn't have a lot of body, it's hard to use. Yeah. And so as much as I was like, well, this is sentimental to me, or my mom gave it to me because it's some Baptist thing from 1975, I'm like, I have to get rid of it. And so I purged a lot of my bags, and that felt good. It felt good to my husband for watching me let things go. He was very supportive of that. If it were up to him, he would just throw everything away. So we have like a balance. And so I did that, and he's like, well, what is this bag full of? I'm like, it's full of wool to be spun. Don't ask me any questions. Leave me alone. No questioning. It's wool. It's my wool. It's not going anywhere. It's safe in bags. Leave me alone. Someday I'm going to spin it. I might be 100 years old, but I will do it.
And
Robert
still
asked
she
me,
sits
how
and
come
still
you-
she spins.
Robert asked me, how come you never use your craft room to do your craft in? I was like, because there's no place to sit in there. There's a folding chair. Yeah, so it's like, if it's not comfortable, you're not going to do it. There's a TV in there. I put a TV in there in anticipation of having something to sit on.
Yeah. Well, you'll get it one day.
Yeah. But it is not this. It is not today. It is not this day.
He asked me, because right now in there is an old desk chair. I guess used to be Eli's, and then it wound up in Hannah's room. And it's one of those. It's from IKEA. It's like one of those rolling chairs that goes up and down. And he's like, do you want a better chair in here? And I was like, okay, first of all, Spinolution, which is the brand of my spinning wheels. I said, Spinolution makes a spinning chair that is absolutely gorgeous, and I want it. But it is too big. It would not fit in this little room, and it would be the only thing I could do in that chair. I said, so, yes, I want a better chair. But this chair, even though, I might get a better one like it, but what's nice about it is that you can lower it super low, and that's what I sit when I'm spinning, because my spinning wheels are kind of small, they're kind of low to the ground. But I can also raise it all the way up when I'm sewing at the table, and so I really like it, even it's a little old. So I am excited, and there's a bed in there if I decide to fall asleep. So I'm excited to have
when I stay there.
Yeah, I'm excited to have my craft room back up and running, and because sometimes when I'm in the middle of a project, or like I tear it apart and I put stuff everywhere, and and it was hard to go through. There's a lot of stuff like like batting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to throw it away.
Yeah.
And you never know when you're going to need a piece of batting this big to make up coasters or something, you know. So you don't want to throw it away, but also it's such a pain to store.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah,
you know,
maybe one day like bins that I can seal up that could go in the garage or something. It's so hot here, you have to be very careful about what you put in the garage.
Yeah.
And what you keep outside and what you keep inside. And
Yeah, I had a set of suitcases that were, I think they were by American Tourister. They weren't like, you know, cheesy brand or whatever. And I had bought them at Walmart some time ago. And there was a big suitcase, a smaller suitcase, and I think like an overnight bag or something like that. They were, you know, it was a set. And I bought them at Walmart when I was in Little Rock for, you know, going home or, you know, Christmas or whatever. And so when I moved out here, I brought them out here with me, of course. And I guess when we were living in that house on Baylor Street, when I first got out of the hospital, we were, you know, living in this house there. And I guess that's where I had them for a while. And then, of course, we moved into the house in Ahwatukee. And so at one point, Naomi and I went to Albuquerque for the Youth Symphony reunion thing that we had played there in Albuquerque. And I kept finding these little black flecks in my suitcase, on my clothes, you know, in the suitcase. And I'm like, what the heck? And I realized that the little gasket thing around the zipper in my suitcase had disintegrated in the heat.
Yep.
And so it was just like coming apart. I was little black flecks all over my clothes.
That heat kills everything.
Yeah. And so while we were there in Albuquerque, no, it wasn't the anniversary. It was something. It was when Mom and Dad were there.
Oh.
So it was something else. But so my cousin, you know, we took us to like down in Ross or someplace like that, and I bought a little suitcase there.
Oh yeah.
So it's not in the closet anymore. I mean, in the garage. It's in the closet, you know.
Yeah, you have to protect.
Yeah.
To watch what you put out there.
Yeah.
Kind of expect it to melt.
Yeah.
Candles? No.
Well, I have some stuff, like cassette tapes and stuff that I'm sure they're,
Yeah.
well, right now they're in storage, but they were in the garage for the longest time, so I'm sure they're ruined.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no cassette players anymore anyway, so, yeah.
Oh my
But-
gosh.
I was playing Thread Chicken.
Uh-huh.
I lost.
Oh no. Loser.
Yeah, I was playing that with that Festive Forest. I was like, having to rethread the needle every time. I'm a master at thread chicken.
Oh my gosh.
But I trim it with like this much thread left.
You
Yeah,
have to put
I
the
trim-
needle in and then thread the needle and then
Exactly.
pull it through. I had to pause for
Dog
a dog bark
emergency.
fest.
Shoot.
But no, yeah, yarn chicken is a real thing too.
Yeah.
But, fortunately, I will have little balls like this. I have two. I have now two of them, which is plenty to sew. And then I'm gonna. Oh, I forgot to say I'm gonna make another one for Courtney.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I didn't promise her at any point, but obviously it's a summer top, so I gotta get it done. But I need a break. Yeah. So work is heating up. We're about to go on public sale in July, and it's going to be crazy.
Did you buy your fabric?
I have not bought my fabric yet. I'm still contemplating it. By the time I go to buy it, it's going to be sold out.
Fabric for what?
For my new quilt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't bought it yet. It's still sitting
I haven't bought my
cart.
tickets for the Midsummer Stitch yet. I keep meaning to do that, and I keep not doing it.
Well, I need to get going so I can get home at a fairly decent hour. And I think the guys are waiting dinner on me. Not that they made it or anything, but they're just waiting for me to come home and give them dinner. Every night I'm like, didn't you eat yesterday? Why are we going through this again? Why are you asking me again for food?
Every day
Single
you're
day?
eating.
Every day?
I almost finished this leaf and I looked at it and it's like, that is entirely in the wrong place.
Oh no,
Which means that this thing was in the wrong place.
Oh no!
So
You could stitch 5 of those if you stitch everything correctly one time.
I'd be done by now if I stitched everything correctly one time.
Yeah, that's what I was doing with Festive Forest because I wanted to put that elk's eye in, and I thought it was in the right place, and sure enough, no, it was not. And I thought, I did that big leaf, big tree part, and I kind of like don't like those because it's just a lot of dense stitching and it's very complicated, and I had put it all in the entire thing in the wrong place, and I had to redo it. And it was like, but it's a beautiful design. I love it. It's just like I had to pay attention to what I'm doing.
No sleep
count
stitching.
properly.
Sleep stitching is the worst.
But, yeah.
Well,
and it's
the
very
problem
tricky.
came because I hadn't worked on this in a while,
Mm.
and part of the leaf is already there,
Mm.
Oh,
and I thought it wasn't, and so I went like it was just the
doing
stem.
gangbusters on it.
Yeah, it was like almost
Well,
done.
I think at some point the other night I found one of these big loops just hanging out. I had dropped the stitch, so I had to go back and figure it out and figure out how to pick it up. And I'm like, this is the first mistake I've made. That's not true, but I've made counting mistakes, but not like stitch dropping mistakes.
Mm.
Oh, see, and here's another one. Dang it. This stitch is split.
Well, this is
Is this right?
36
What am I doing?
count. Picture this plus. It was called Gaia. That was that was dyed specifically for the virtual
Spring
event we had,
Spring
Spring
Mingle.
Mingle, yeah, that for Lindy Stitches had, and so I thought, oh, that'll be perfect for Worthy Patriot because Worthy Patriot is big. It's like, what is it? Because usually most of the things I stitch are 100 and something at the most, and this is 191 by 280. So it's 191 across and 280 up and down. So it's big, but with 36 count with this fabric, it's just it'll work really nicely. And I'm stitching with one thread, which I usually don't do. I usually use 2 just because it's my thing. But with 36 count, it's easier to stitch with one thread, and so. But I have found that I think this design and a couple of others that I have use the Weeks Dye Works grits.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, and I did find because I was looking at my thread tracker thing to see what other patterns used it, because I thought, well, I knew I had some, but I had used recently on something I worked on, but I couldn't remember which pattern it was. So I put it in there and I looked at it, and there's several that use that color, and there were a couple I had worked on recently that had that. So I was able to go through there and fish it out. That I have like a little bit of 2 separate skeins,
Yeah.
and so that's something that I need to more of. I've been thinking I'll get 2 skeins of grits, and I also need more. I think it's Sticks and Twigs, which is I think Classic Colorworks color, that I realize I need that for something that I'm doing, and I have like the tail end of that. So, what I need to do is look at all my patterns and what that I'm working on currently, and see if there's more that because I don't want to do like I'm doing with this, where I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to finish this pattern, and then I realize, oh, I'm out of this color, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I want to order that. So that's
Well,
another.
Well,
Yeah.
we better go.
We better go.
Yes.
I can get home at a like I said, a decent hour.
Well, I
Came straight
completely
from
frogged
work
that.
tonight. What?
I completely frogged that,
Oh no.
and I'll fix it at a different
I am now 2 rows and a handful of stitches till I'm done, and a bind off. So that's exciting. So tonight I will sew up the shoulders and I will block it tonight because my craft room is empty, so I can take out my my blocking boards and have it all set. So that's exciting.
Oh, I saw some lady's craft room. It was some Flosstube I've never watched before, but so she was talking about it, and behind her she had one of those pegboards, and I'm guessing it was metallic because it looked like on the bottom half like she had all of her needle minders stuck on there. But she was talking about the I guess the colors that she liked or something, and they were hanging on the pegboard behind her, and I'm like, I'm so jealous.
I've always
that we
been
could do
jealous
that.
of those felt boards where you can lay out your quilt blocks and stuff. Always wanted one of those.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
those are
don't have
nice.
enough wall space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at our craft room because this house has those sliding closet doors, and the craft room. Part of the problem with the closets in this house are that the shelves are like for the Jolly Green Giant, the very top shelf, it's basically useless, and of course we're short people, and so even there's 3 shelves. There's a very tippy top shelf. There's a regular sort of medium high shelf, and then a middle of the closet shelf. And so the very tippy top one is useless. But anyway, we're like trying to figure out what can we put in this closet, what can not, what's going to get in the way of the doors, and the doors are sliding back and forth, so we have to have room in there for the doors to. And then the other day I went to slide the door over, and the outer door like came off the hinges a little bit, just enough that it didn't come off completely, like you could lift it off or whatever, but it seems to be back on track now. But I was like, we need to just take those doors off.
In both of our kids' rooms, we took those sliding doors off because it extends the room just a couple feet. And now, does it look great with their clothes hanging, like my son's, but we have his dresser in there because, so that's kind of like his little apartment. He has a couch, he has a TV and a TV stand and a desk. So it just gives him more room in his room. And so, and the same thing with Hannah, we took those doors off also. So we have all the closet doors in our bedroom, in our garage. And Mark was like, do we even need them for like the rest of the...
You could probably donate them to
If you ever,
Habitat for
yeah, but if
Humanity.
you ever want to sell the house, you probably want to put them back on.
You know what? We can
Maybe
buy new
not.
ones. But anyway, so we just take them off for that, especially, and in there, it just gives you that little couple feet of extra room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so we were thinking about that when that happened, like we need to get Robert. Like the lights in my ceiling fan thing, it has 3 bulbs in there, and one of them was kind of flickering, and I was like, and then I think, okay, that's burnt out, and then it would come on again, and it was fine. But but now
dying.
another one burnt out, and so now I've got 2 that are burnt out and just 1 bulb in there. But I guess I need to get Robert in here to change the bulbs for me.
we keep creaking the table.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry for the noise. We're just now noticing it. I'm like, oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for another week of crafts and nonsense, and we are a normal family. Honest to goodness, we try. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you again next week. Bye.